Derrick Henry.
Finally got their run game going a little bit yesterday. The outside zone, you can see the arm tackles trying to bring Big 22 down. Not good enough. Good for Tennessee's front.
He would eventually punch it in 21-10 Tennessee. A minute 17 to go. Raiders down 24-16. Fourth down. They're going for it. Derek Carr in the end zone.
Why wouldn't you one-on-one cover?
Yeah. Raiders within two-point try. They need this to tie, and it isn't there. Titans survive. The Raiders fall to 0-3. They've lost their 3 games by a combined total of 8 points. So that's their side of it. How about the Chargers taking on the Jaguars? Second quarter, Chargers down 6-0. Justin Herbert, he's playing hurt and he's hit.
Yeah, he's going to take a shot here, Green. You see 3rd and long, kind of the story of the Chargers offense over the past couple years. He just makes up for it. Look at his face right there, grimacing in pain. You can see those ribs starting to hurt him.
Meanwhile, how good is Trevor Lawrence?
Watch this ball.
Golden child.
I mean, this kid is playing big-time ball.
He's got a real coach.
Jaguars up 13-0.
This guy should be on the bench.
James Robinson.
No, he shouldn't. He's my guy.
50 yards to the house for a touchdown. Jaguars win this 38-10. Inexplicably, Justin Herbert was out there until the end of the game. A quick moment on that. Brandon Staley said he wanted to be out there. Herbert said he wanted to be out there. He's playing with the rib cartilage, and the quarterback is out there in a 38-10 game late. What'd you think of that?
Well, first off, I never thought he should have been playing because what we said, Ryan and I know, our job's to hit him and make him uncomfortable. Yeah, right. Trust me.
You want to see that
Make
grimace.
him uncomfortable. If I have a quarterback like this, that's the future not only just of this team, but the future of the league, I'm not putting him in there until he's 100% healthy.
Okay, that said, I'm old enough to remember when the AFC West was going to be the best division in the history of football. And now the Raiders are winless. The Chargers are 1-2 when they look just terrible. Denver somehow keeps winning these games, but they don't look that impressive. And the Chiefs lose yesterday. What happened to this division?
Is that we're dumb enough to believe that the off seasons are more important than Sundays? And I think we fall into that. Like, you see all of these pieces being added to teams, and you understand what these teams are at the most important position, and you think that immediately translates to wins. But you have to go out and play. You have to be able to stop Derrick Henry in the run. If you're the Raiders, you have to understand if you're the Chargers, you know what? Our quarterback is not necessarily what he has been because of the injury. How do we play football differently, especially by slowing the game down and winning in all 3 phases? And so I think that these teams are finding out you don't just walk out on Sundays and beat other professionals.
My theory is that the NFL is just that good. The parity in the NFL is the greatest it's ever been. We went into this season coming off of last season saying this is going to be the best NFL season. There's like 5 or 6 bad teams. I honestly don't know if we have 5 or 6 bad teams.
You like Michael Jackson right now. Who's bad?
Who's bad?
I mean, the Raiders are 0-3, and they got 3 losses by like 7 points.
Yeah. Right.
The Chicago Bears, I thought were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. They're 2-1. I mean,
Houston competes in every game.
Houston's in every game. Yeah. The Jets beat a team in the Cleveland Browns that are very easily 3-0, if not for a collapse. So I just really believe that this we are setting ourselves up to have the greatest NFL season ever, because we really don't have teams that are going to be show up and it's a layup win for you.
I misspoke. The Raiders have been outscored by 13 points in their 3 games that they've lost. One way or another, they're the only winless team left. All right, as we continue, it wasn't always pretty, but Tua and the Dolphins got their biggest win in a long time yesterday. Why, luck and cluck? Wentz was sacked 9 times. And then here's Dallas Goedert.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a screen pass have 6 different bodies on the opposing team and go untouched for a touchdown.
On the ground, too.
And then it's hurt. How about this throw to A.J. Brown?
Green, that ball placement's perfect. It's on that back kind of shoulder hip to A.J. Brown to allow him to shield the defender with his body.
And then under a minute to go in the half, this is where they really put it away. RC, how about these plays by Devontae Smith?
Listen, this is Bama to Bama. Devontae Smith climbing the ladder, slight of frame, but he gets up, makes a big catch in traffic, and this is huge. He's progressed every single week this season.
And then they're going to throw it up to him in the back of the end zone. Dan, how about this play to finish the half?
This is when you know your quarterback trusts your receiver. Hey, if I give you a chance once, can you make a play? How about twice?
Yep.
A beautiful job by Devontae Smith controlling his body.
He had 8 catches for 169 yards. Jalen Hurts threw for 340 and 3 touchdowns. And I would argue that there is no organization, no general manager, Howie Roseman, or anyone who had a better day or will this season than the Eagles did yesterday, sacking Carson Wentz, the guy they chose against 9 times in a game that was not nearly as close as the final score would sound, and it doesn't sound close. Rex, there have been a lot of people, and you were one of them, who questioned whether Jalen Hurts had the NFL skill set. Have you changed your mind?
Absolutely. And it also shows that hard work still makes
Undefeated,
a difference.
man.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I'm telling you, this kid, when he came out of college, he never had the passing skills, the accuracy to be an NFL quarterback. He worked on it. But here's the difference. This guy's running skills, he has halfback running skills, and he squats over 600 pounds. Like, he's strong as a horse. You ain't hurting this guy.
He's built that way, yeah.
Like, so you got a tailback playing like that kind of skill set in a quarterback body. And right now, the one thing about his accuracy, I definitely question when he came out. Man, I tell you what, I'm an absolute believer in this kid.
It's two things right now. If you're talking about this team, you're talking about the best football team in the NFC. And if you are having any early MVP conversations that do not include Jalen Hurts, you're actually not having the correct MVP conversation.
That's real.
That's how well this team is playing. That's how well this quarterback is playing. We talked all offseason, what will new additions at the wide receiver positions mean for certain teams? It's been huge for the Philadelphia Eagles, not only because of what A.J. Brown can do and who he is, but what it allows Devontae Smith to do as the number 2 receiver on this team, on a team that can run the football against anybody in the entire league. When you watch the Philadelphia Eagles play from top to bottom, they have everything they need to compete for a championship as long as this is who Jalen Hurts really is.
Yeah, so it's different this year because the one thing that Jalen couldn't do, he's doing. You know, Jalen Hurts last year could not throw the deep ball, and I question, is his arm strong enough? The deep ball he threw yesterday, Devontae Smith, can't be better. This ball's going to be snapped on the 39-yard lines. 1, 2, 3, hitch. Ideally, 44 yards down the field is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Second thing, you can't play this team when they get into empty. Too many pieces. Watch Pascal up top. Devontae from the bottom of the screen. Watching this. RC, avoid and make that defender run underneath. That's a 4-yard shallow cross that goes for 30-plus yards. And then this defensive line, 9 players yesterday for the Philadelphia Eagles had 16 pressures. This is the best defensive line in football right now. I'll give you that. Howie Roseman the general manager for Philadelphia, had a fantastic afternoon yesterday. He was right. I was dead wrong when it came to that position.
Right. Another huge piece when you talk about the back end of this team, already having Darius Slay, right? They go get Bradbury, right? You get him from the New York Giants. You go get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who was a great slot, and you've now moved him to his college position, safety. And so they've maneuvered pieces both defensively and offensively to win now. And we kept saying, what will the quarterback do and who will he be?
Hard to play
and through
against,
3 weeks, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the entire league.
It reminds me of the Josh Allen story in Buffalo. I'm not saying the players are similar, but the development is similar. They brought him along. They let him do the things he could do. They didn't try to force him to do the things he couldn't. And as he developed, the final piece to the puzzle was Stephon Diggs in Buffalo. It's A.J. Brown here in Philadelphia. It is a very similar organizational success.
No, absolutely. Absolutely is. And this team, this organization went all in on their quarterback. So they're like, no, we believe in them. And now you get in, hey, they draft Smith. They traded basically 2 first-round picks for him. And you traded a first-round pick to get Brown. Like, guess what? We're going to give this man weapons. Why? We know we got the quarterback.
I asked Brandon Beane, the general manager of Buffalo, about that, and he said, I couldn't ask Josh to play a certain way unless I put the right people around him to facilitate that. And that's exactly what's happened in Philadelphia.
Right now, the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. I don't think there is any room for debate about it. In the meantime, if he didn't stay